Hello, my hoopiest of fruits. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss the 5 books I read in July. The first book I'd like to talk about is Peking Duck and Cover by Vivien. This is the 10th book in the Noodle Shop Mysteries. It's a cozy mystery series featuring a woman named Lana Lang. No, Lee. Sorry. Superman. When Superman attacks out of nowhere, Lana Lee. I keep so wanting to say Lang. Stop that. Like even when reading the book, it's like I would see it as Lang and it would be like, no, that makes no sense. But anyway, so our girl Lana has solved 9 mysteries so far, and logically she should probably get her detective license, but then if she were a professional, it wouldn't be a cozy mystery, so you kind of gotta shove away the logic, you know what I mean? When you're reading cozy mysteries. But anyway, so our girl Lana has to deal with the Lunar New Year's celebration when somebody is mysteriously killed. And her boyfriend, who is a cop, um, is actually a lot more cool with her solving the mysteries now. So that's really nice. And Lana herself has gotten so much more confident. It's just really fun to read. Like from the beginning of the series. What's the first book? Uh, Editing Sarah, please put the first book in the Noodle Shop series here and then delete this. Thank you. Um, I really like this one, not only because it was a solid mystery. I figured out who did it, but that was just because this person was kind of acting in a very strange way, but I didn't figure out why. And that was a lot of fun. That reveal was cool. I really enjoyed it. I love this series. It's so much fun. The only con that I have with it is that after reading it, I get so hungry because like it describes the food and like I could smell it. Like I could smell this Chinese restaurant. And next book. Orphan Black Classified Clone Reports, The Secret Files of Delphine Cormier. This was a lot of fun to read, and it brought back a lot of memories of the original series. Um, there are a few things that I think weren't accurate. Oh, and by the way, who wrote this? No, I'm gonna start over. Um, 1, 2, 3. The next one is Orphan Black, Classified Clone Reports, The Secret Files of Delphine Cormier. And it is written by Keith R. Decandido and Delphine Cormier. Shocking. Um, this book was so much fun. I will say I do think that they got a few facts wrong. Like, what was it? I think that they got Casima's parents' name wrong. And one of the numbers, I was like, that's not right. But I didn't bother to check it because I don't have access to the TV series right now. So, um, if somebody wants to fact check that, that would be great. But it has like a lot of behind the scenes details and it actually sets it up so a lot of Delphine's actions, which were just like, why would you do that? This makes no sense. It actually kind of puts it into context and it makes sense. So I appreciate rationalizing things that seemed like, why would you do that? That doesn't work at all. So you get bits of background on characters, and it was a super fun read. Another 5-star read. All of these reads were 5 stars, which I thought was fantastic. Because I was kind of bummed because there was some that I thought that I would be more into. Um, with my last book video, not so, and it kind of made me sad. The next one is A Castle of the Cursed by Romina Garber. Um, this book, oh, this book deals a lot with grief. There's actually an author's content warning telling you, hey, this book seriously deals with grief, and if you're not prepared for that, don't read it. And I kind of have to agree because, like, even going into it, there's a lot of parts that's just like, it absolutely crushed me. The writing for this book is so good. Um, it's about this girl, and she's on a train with her parents, and then everybody in the train dies. Very mysteriously. There's like this mysterious presence. And she found, wow. She finds out that she is not, in fact, Argentinian like she thought, but she is actually Spanish. And then an aunt invites her to live in a spooky castle in Spain. Which, I mean, if you're grieving, a change of scenery could be great. But the aunt may have ulterior motives. And just the way the grief is dealt with in this book is so phenomenal. Main character, what's her name? Is Stella. It turns out that in this haunted castle, there's a vampire. Okay? Like, doesn't that just absolutely grab you? It's a gothic romance in a Spanish castle with a vampire, with a woman dealing with an incredible amount of grief, and also potentially feelings of guilt. Anyway, fantastic book. Castle of the Curse, highly recommended. Also 5 stars. Like I said, all these books are 5 stars, and I'm just so over the moon happy about that. It just makes me feel good. Makes me feel tingly inside. Next book is Ami. That's the second book in the Guardians of the Dawn series, and it is so good. So I loved the first book. The first book is called Jar, I believe. It was a lot of fun to read. It was like very Sailor Moon slash Renegades by Marissa Meyer. And there was another series that it made me think of, but I totally lost it by now. Sorry. This book is just like, sorry, I can't remember much of the details in the beginning, but like during the last quarter, I was like this. But just, it's so, because before the pace isn't slow, but it's comfortable. Even though some really horrible things happen, there's a lot of body horror, there's child death. So if you're not into these things, then you will absolutely not be into that book. And that is totally okay, but I was thrilled and I am so excited for the third one. The fourth one is going to have to be Yuli's story, which I'm really excited for. And I love the way that the Guardians are finding each other and they band together, and it's just, there's something so comforting about this very old found family vibes. Like, Inuyasha, that's what it made me think of. Like, how they gathered together and they protected each other, like, even though they really didn't know each other. And there's also basically a boy band, like, through the first quarter of the book. So that's super fun. It's very well written. The body horror is just like, ugh, but it's fantastic. Cannot praise this book enough is Under the Surface by Diana Urban. Um, this book, oh my gosh, I was entranced. Okay, so what this is that four teenagers are planning to go to a party in the catacombs in Paris. So, like, you got the whole YA thing, and then you got the catacombs. And to add it up, these teenagers mostly have relations to each other that are very troubled. They don't really get along well. So when one of them meets up with this guy in France and he's like, "Oh, I know where this great party," they're like, "Yeah, let's go." And through certain circumstances, some other people come and then they get stuck. And it is so creepy. The way it's written is just phenomenal. I was hooked. I was like, I need to know what happened next. I need to know what happened next. One night I didn't sleep because I was reading it and then I just crashed. But it's such a brilliant book, and the social dynamics and the tension just ah I can't wait till I can actually afford to buy it, because that's definitely one that's going on my bookshelf. Actually, like all of these, the arcs are going on my bookshelf. The only book that wasn't an arc was the Orphan Black one. So, those are the 5 books I read in July. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you do enjoy, please like and subscribe because that would help me oh so much. Have a happy day and keep it fruity. Bye.